Yes.
My name is Matt. I'm 19, and my dad committed suicide when I was 18. And I remember we got in therapy right after it happened because we didn't want to. Because my dad's dad committed suicide, so he never really got in therapy, and so that we think that was one of the big reasons he never really dealt with his dad's death. So I think we've dealt with it. We sort of right around the fact that two generations have committed suicide, and we're sort of hell bent on not letting the third generation do the same thing. And so we've sort of taken it when I guess the first generation of suicide sort of just isolated it and never dealt with it. We're trying to deal with it more and trying to realize that this runs in our family and it doesn't have to run in our family. And we can stop it. It's a choice to commit suicide. It's not a genetic thing. Definitely the PTSD because my three biggest anxieties were nightmares, flashbacks during the day, and I had some crazy anxiety that I was going to commit suicide too because my dad did. My dad was the strongest person I ever knew, so what kept me from doing that? And I still struggle with that part of it a lot just because I never ever ever had thought about suicide, and I still don't. I don't want to commit suicide. I never will want to commit suicide. I have way too many reasons to live, but um, the biggest thing for me was if my dad did it, my granddad did it. What's this sort of seems like it runs in the family, so that was scary. But my mom sat me down, me and my brother and my sister, all down one day and told us that we weren't her father because we were half her, and so we didn't have to be like him, and that's sort of like the start of where we started rallying around each other and saying we're not going to keep this going because this is not a good thing to run in a family. I was. I don't even think I was that sad for the first few months. I was more just absolutely pissed and just wanted to go punch a hole through a wall and not hurt somebody, hurt like break something in half or something. And so I don't even think I was that sad for the first few months. I was just really mad. I get mad about how I feel insignificant sometimes because if I wasn't enough for my dad, how am I enough for anybody else? And I get mad because my dad was the person that I trusted most in life, and I would tell him everything about me. And now I even struggle. I've been dating my girlfriend for 3.5 years, and sometimes I just have a lack of trust. Like if I couldn't trust my dad, why can I trust you? And I know that's pride. I guess I can rationalize that a little bit because of what I went through, but it's not good for a healthy relationship. So I get really angry at my dad because I know that's why I don't trust her sometimes. And I do eventually start trusting her about situations, but for a while I couldn't trust anyone. I couldn't trust my mom. My mom would get sad about something and I wouldn't leave her because I thought she was going to commit suicide. So uh, that was I get angry about a lot of stuff. I could keep going. I did you saw my speech. I did a speech. I said I could keep going about stuff I'm angry about for 5 days and still not be done. So yeah, I think forgiveness is very necessary because I heard somebody say once that if you don't forgive somebody, it's only hurting you, especially if they're dead, because how is me not forgiving them going to really affect them? So I guess forgiveness is for more for me than for them. And so, yeah, I think you eventually have to forgive them, but forgiveness isn't really just like a one and done. You wrote an article about it. You can't forgiveness. You forgive them one time, and then you find yourself a month later really mad about it. And you're like, I thought I forgave him months ago. So I think my biggest hang up is just being really mad at the situation and what he did, and yeah. So yes, I think forgiveness is necessary, but at the same time, it's hard not to be mad. Anyways, we were walking back to the dorm, and he was like, "What was it like to find your dad?" And I was like, "I don't want to talk about that. That wasn't a fun experience that I want to relive." And so I also kind of wanted to punch him in the face a little bit, but I didn't. And there was in the funeral line. Oh gosh, if I can give one piece of advice to people that are watching this video, do not ask somebody's family member that just committed suicide how they committed suicide, because that is not a fun question to answer, and is honestly it's a stupid question. So yes, I get stupid questions, and I wish people would have common sense not to ask them. I think I would want people to know that the main reason I made through this was because I relied on God and not on things of this world. I think that was the main reason that I was able to make it through it. And yeah, that's what I want people to know of this whole video. He eventually came to the point where she was like, you can either sit on your butt here and be angry at God for the rest of your life, and nobody's going to blame you because of what you went through, or you can get up and try and see what he's doing in your life through this. And so that was sort of the spur to me to start looking for God in a situation and not just be mad at him for what happened.